And while still discussing that, I'd like to say a very special thank you to the leaders, the government, the president and leaders of South Africa. And I'll tell you why. Just about a week ago, you may not know what I did for you. What we did was to rescue the nation from imminent bloodshed, anarchy, and possible dissolution. I know you didn't think so, but I saw that in the spirit. I don't get involved in just, whenever there's a problem in the country. No. I only did because God asked me to intervene and speak. And I called on those who were unhappy with the situation with immigrants. And I said, don't attack the immigrants, protest to the government. And the government will hear you. And they will take actions as they know necessary according to your laws. But don't take the laws into your hands and attack the immigrants. Don't do it. That'll make you either as bad as they are, if not worse. And I called on the government to respond and do something about it and protect not only the immigrants, but I showed you that such things often spiral into regrettable extremities. Maybe you didn't know that there were satanic plans to cause chaos for your country, far beyond the matter of immigration. That was just the way that Satan was going to come in and then manipulate patriotic citizens and use them for his nefarious activities. Undiscerning, they wouldn't have known, they wouldn't have realized that what they thought was good for their country could go off the cliff and become a terrible problem, irreversible, until the nation was split in three. I just told you what it would have split into. 3 countries. You say, how is that? Because that was planned a long time ago. They've just been unable to do it. You say, who are they? Don't worry about them. Thank God for your victory today. But you have to keep it. You have to keep your victory. Remember, as patriotic as David was, he didn't realize that a simple action of calling for a census, you'd say, what was wrong with the census? Well, he didn't realize that as honorable as that was in itself, Satan was moving him to do it. And who would have known that it was Satan that was behind it? Except that the scriptures tell us it was Satan. Look at your Bible for a second. 2 Chronicles chapter 21. And look at verse 1. Did I say second? 1 Chronicles. It's 1 Chronicles chapter 21. From verse 1. And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. Let's read it from the TEV. The TV is also known as a Good News Bible. Satan wanted to bring trouble on the people of Israel. So he made David decide to take a census. How clear is that? Satan wanted to bring trouble on the people of Israel. He wasn't just trying to attack David. No, he motivated, provoked, incited David to make a decision to take a census. Read from the TLB, the Living Bible. Then Satan brought disaster upon Israel, for he made David decide to take a census. Disaster. Did David know that that was a problem coming? It led, you can read the whole story for yourself. It led to the death of 70,000 men. 70,000 men. The women and the children were not counted. 70,000 men were killed. He didn't know. So those patriotic citizens who were, championing the cause, and they wanted the immigrants, they said, we want all illegal immigrants to get out of our country, and so on and so forth. And they were about to take the laws into their hands. And they actually did. For several days. And then they planned for the 30th of June, until I warned. So I wasn't just trying to get involved in some business of some other country. No, there's a time for everything. Even I told them about what Nigeria did years ago with Ghana. And not long ago, just a few years ago, they had the End SARS movement. All right? Now, they had legitimate reasons to be angry. The people had legitimate reasons to be offended. They said there were police excesses. Well, they had lots of good reasons. But what they didn't know was that Satan was moving them to destroy their country. There were churches who were supporting it. There were ministers of the gospel who were instigating their young people to go out in the street, march against the government. They weren't thinking. They weren't praying. They weren't listening to God. Of course, for most of them, they've never trained to do that. But I said, this is the devil. And I went into prayer. And I called our pastors and said, you got to pray. And we have to cast the demons out of the nation. And after we did, the president addressed the nation. They were in the...
Hello family, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and I believe you heard everything that the servant of God has to say concerning the nation of South Africa. Personally, but let me tell you something, that don't take this prophecy or this message as just a message for South Africa alone. No, it's not just for South Africa alone. Yes, he mentioned South Africa, that this particular message is for them and to the people who are doing march and march. But me, I'm trying to put it in a way that let it not just be for South Africa, but for Africa in general. We know what is happening in South Africa right away. We know a lot of people have lost their life. We know a lot of things are happening behind closed doors that you and I don't know, but still we thank God for social media. And I have done some prophecies that they gave that, and they said a lot of things concerning South Africa. And some even said a lot what is ahead and things that are yet to come. And some even said that what these guys are doing today, they are not doing or using their senses to do it. They are being possessed by evil spirit. A lot and different men of God gave their own perspective of how God communicates to them. But let me tell you, this is a problem of Africa. A lot, some Africans' countries don't want to see their fellow Africans in their countries. Whenever things happen in their country, they will push the blame. But the servant of God said, the immigrants are not a problem of your country. If you want to protest, protest to the government, and they will listen to you. The other nationals are not the problem of your country. Yes, Africans, we don't even want each other in our country. And that is why something like this is happening. And there are many ways they would have channeled their energy. They would have channeled their pains and whatsoever that is happening. Do you know, recently, somebody was brought from this particular country to Ghana. He went there with the intention to do something meaningful with his life, but he never came back alive. That is just the problem. Africans, why are we doing something like this to ourselves? Do you people still believe in the unity of Africa? Do you people still believe that things can still work well? We claim to be leaders of tomorrow, but the leaders of tomorrow are destroying the tomorrow from today. How come? Why are we here? May God help us. And I would like to beg you at this moment, pray for your country wherever you are. And I don't put the blame completely on the people. I put the blame on African leaders. Yes, African leaders. They are the problem. They are the ones causing confusion here and there. If the continent is good today, go and see how our children are suffering in the desert. Libya. Some people are being sold out as a slave in this generation because our children and our people are running away from their country for greener pasture. It's because the home is not good. It's because things are not going well. And that is why people are running away. Yes, some people, even though your country is good, there are some South Africa who are living in other countries and they find it comfortable. It's in human nature. That is just the truth. It is in our nature. You can make anywhere your home. But Africans, we don't even want that. Where are we heading to? And I pray and I wish this message can get to these people. The man of God expressed himself with passion because of how he felt concerning what is happening. He said, you people don't know what I have done for you. And that really touched me. I listened to Bushiri. He said a lot of prophecy that are happening right now. Pastor Mike Miracle gave prophecy concerning South Africa. A lot of prophets here and there. Please, Africans, let us come together as one. Let us develop that unity. Me, I believe in the unity of Africa. I believe in borderless Africa. And I believe that one day, Africa will be great again. We can do it. You can do it. I can do it. May God help us, and please never forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share to all social media platforms. And comment, drop your opinion.